We begin here at 5 with Charles Rangel, the former New York lawmaker who represented Harlem for 4 decades, has died. He was 94 years old.
Flags were seen at half-staff at City College of New York, where the Rangel Infrastructure Workforce Initiative is located. Flags across New York will be flown at half-staff tomorrow and on the day of his funeral.
Born and raised in Harlem, Rangel served New York's 13th congressional district for 23 terms, where he sponsored 40 bills and resolutions that became law throughout his tenure. A founding member of the Congressional Black Caucus, Rangel made history as the first African-American member of Congress to lead the powerful Ways and Means Committee.
The war hero dedicated his life to the fight for equality and justice.
Come on, Charlie Rangel, y'all.
When he was 91 years old, Charlie Rangel was given the key to the city. But of course, it was something he had his whole life. The son of Harlem who rose to the heights of the halls of power, charming beyond measure, a smile seemingly locked on his face, that gravelly voice that could outlast anyone, but also tough, gruff, and grateful.
God has been so good to me.
Rangel spent 46 years as a man of the House. In 1970, unseating the legendary Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Rangel was the dean of the New York congressional delegation and the first African-American to chair the influential House Ways and Means Committee, and he was a founding member of the Congressional Black Caucus.
There's a reason why they call him the Lion of Lenox Avenue, because, you know, he can make you feel like you were the most important person in the world, but when it came to his community, he guarded it. And he guarded it with his life.
He was joined by those other lions of Harlem, Basil Patterson, Percy Sutton, Herman Denny Farrell, and former Mayor David Dinkins. They were the first to break down race and class barriers, but succeeded in cutting a path for others to follow.
We all had a common mission and a common goal to improve the quality of life for America, and especially minority Americans.
Charles Bernard Rangel was born on June 11, 1930. Long before the political battles, he went to war in Korea, where he was a true hero, leading a group of soldiers out of a deadly Chinese army encirclement. Wounded, he received a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star.
Charlie's lived experiences made him the man that he was. There's a saying, when they made Charlie, they broke the mold.
He was brilliant, bold, funny, fearless, all at once. The list of his accomplishments could fill pages.
Late in his career, Rangel faced a series of ethics violations, allegations he failed to abide by the tax laws, and charges of not disclosing income. In 2010, the House Ethics Committee convicted Rangel of 11 counts of violating House rules, and Congress censured him. But the people of Harlem stood by him, and he was re-elected to the House 2 more times.
I am so grateful for the support.
And he always remembered what Harlem did for him. In fact, he says it was the Apollo Theater that helped shape his life.
The Apollo was like the Mecca. If you've been there as a kid, and I used to play hooky and go there, and I used to sit in the front, and until this day, when Billie Holiday was singing, I swear she was singing to me.
When asked how he would like to be remembered, Rangel said, quote, "If I'm gone, quite frankly, I don't give a damn." Always the sharp wit. Now, Rangel was 94 years old. He pointed to his war service as his toughest days. You heard that story of what he did. It was truly, absolutely brave. In his book title, it came from that war service. It was called "And I Haven't Had a Bad Day Since."
And, you know, really, his impact on Harlem is profound. The community centers to college programs there. The name carries a legacy that will live on for generations.
Yeah, Lisa Rozner spent the day in Harlem. She joins us with more on the man and his life. Lisa.
Yeah, so we spent the day with the son of the late Sylvia Woods of Sylvia's Restaurant. It is one of many neighborhood staples that says it wouldn't be what it is today without Congressman Rangel.
Flags are at half-staff at the City College of New York, remembering the life of 94-year-old Congressman Charles B. Rangel. The school has the Center for Public Service in his name, as well as the Charles B. Rangel Infrastructure Workforce Initiative. Board member Michael J. Garner says Rangel was involved in both.
Seeing that it was funded and that the training started and residents started ascertaining jobs in Harlem and other places where taxpayer-driven capital construction projects were being built.
Garner is also the former president of the founding chapter of 100 Black Men, which focuses on mentoring and economic development. Rangel was a member of that prominent community organization, as well as Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity's Harlem chapter. Robert Aline is the president.
With respect to the pathway he has opened up for people like me, giving us a guiding light to how we should move in the community to be able to improve the communities that we live and work in.
We met the two leaders at Sylvia's restaurant, where photos of Rangel hang on the wall. Second-generation owner Kenneth Woods says Rangel was his mom Sylvia's attorney when they went into business back in 1962.
He was very critical in the creation of the corporation, Sylvia's restaurant, and a very close confidant of my mom, dad, and the family. He was family.
Reverend Al Sharpton of the National Action Network says he met Rangel when he was 12 years old, and their friendship spanned over 60 years.
I remember when I had a youth group, National Youth Movement, and we began saying there are crack houses in the community and everybody knows where they are. We painted red X's. Charlie Rangel came and got a pail of paint and helped us paint red X's on crack houses. 1999, when police killed Amadou Diallo, and we were leading protests against that, Charlie Rangel called me and said, I see y'all getting arrested every day at One Police Plaza. He came down while he was this powerful congressman with seniority and got on a knee and was arrested in front of One Police Plaza protesting police brutality.
And Sharpton added that in some ways he feels God has a sense of humor because Charlie, as he was known, was a decorated war veteran and died on Memorial Day. And Sharpton mentioned yesterday marked 5 years since the murder of George Floyd, symbolizing Rangel's range, which is fighting for justice and fighting for the country.
And you know, Lisa, what's funny is that many people we spoke to today, they all said the same thing. You had to like the guy. I mean, even if you were opposed to him politically, that smile, the laugh, the funny stories, he was just so likable. And I think the people of Harlem really felt that.
Yeah, very charismatic, gift of gab.
The gift of gab, yeah. He could go on and on.
Lisa, thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
And do stay with CBS News New York for the very latest details surrounding the death of former Representative Charles Rangel. We'll have much more on his life on our website, cbsnewyork.com.